So the Vampire Diaries pilot is like Twilight, pretty much, right?
I shouldn't have come home. I know the risk. But I had no choice. I have to know her.
I mean, come on. Can we all see it? And the narration. I mean, could this show be any more 2000s?
I will no longer be the sad little girl who lost her parents. I will start fresh. Be someone new. It's the only way I'll make it through.
After watching this show for like the gazillionth time, I couldn't imagine anyone better for this role than Nina Dobrev. But did you know that Ashley Simpson was actually the CW Network's first choice for the role of Elena Gilbert? I mean, maybe it's the fact that she's blonde and Elena's character has blonde hair in the book, but could you imagine that disaster? Ugh. Thank God for those Bulgarian genes. Oh, and let's not forget about the teenage angst.
You okay?
Don't start.
I mean, come on, Jeremy. So you know how every time you sit to rewatch your favorite show, you get all excited about some specific scenes? Well, I just know all of you, including me, go crazy for this one.
Grams is telling me I'm psychic. Our ancestors were from Salem, witches and all that. I know, crazy, but she's going on about it, and I'm like, put this woman in a home already.
Salem? Really? There wasn't any other old town you could draw inspiration from? Kat Graham actually ran through a stop sign while filming this scene. Maybe she was too focused on her psychic powers.
What was that? Oh my God. Elena, are you okay?
It's okay. I'm fine.
Girl, you better have your eyes on that road. And damn right she's not okay. Her parents just died in a car accident. What kind of question is that? But let's not forget the little Damon cameo in this next shot. If one thing describes this show perfectly, it's the insanely hot people who definitely do not look 17.
Hold up. Who's this? All I see is back.
It's a hot back.
A hot back. What qualifies as a hot back? I know it's easy to judge the characters now that most of us are out of our teenage years, but you remember how it was back then. Someone tells you you're psychic, and you absolutely run that information to the ground. And that's exactly what Bonnie did.
I'm sensing Seattle. And he plays the guitar.
I might be imagining things, but this is probably a reference to Twilight, which is set in Forks, Washington.
Please be hot.
Gee, Bonnie, I don't remember her character being this obsessed with Stefan later on in the show.
You need to chill yourself, all right?
Chill myself? What is that, stoner talk? Dude, you were so cool.
Again, the script writing of the early 2010s is classic. Maybe he wouldn't have been so agitated if the scene wasn't filmed at 2 in the morning.
Pardon me. Is this the men's room?
Yes, I was just a long story.
And then we see it, the first look. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
Virginia divided in 1860, the Northwest region joining the Union.
Elena and Stefan giving each other the googly eyes. And Matt watching Elena like a true stalker. Maybe if he hadn't behaved like this in the beginning, we would have liked him more later on in the seasons. But then we get the classic look over the shoulder with the hair flip, and in this moment we knew they'd end up together. And this really wouldn't be a show about teenagers written by middle-aged women if there wasn't at least one cringe text per episode. Did teenagers really talk like that, or was it the millennials who created that image? Also, according to Elena's phone, the first day of school is September 7th. But September 7th, 2009 was Labor Day. Schools should have been closed. What better place to continue the show's mysticism and ominous vibe than a graveyard? Notice the sign? The signs by Mystic Falls Cemetery says it was established in 1792, but later episodes state the town was built in the 1860s. They had to alter the story a bit, I guess.
I must have said, I'm fine. Thanks. At least 37 times, and I didn't mean it once.
I just can't help but notice the amazing scenery throughout the whole episode. And here's the thing. This was the only episode to be filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia. The rest of the episodes were filmed in Covington, Georgia, which would soon be better known as the fictional small town called Mystic Falls. And it's as if this poor girl can't have a moment of peace. The crow appears once again.
Hi, bird. It's not creepy or anything.
It's not creepy yet, but that crazy fog coming in sure isn't helping.
Shoo! what I thought.
Give it a minute. I'm sad they didn't keep up with this sort of style in the later seasons because this was really promising in hooking people. Too bad the quality severely dropped in the last few seasons. I guess that's the fate of every long-running show. What did she trip on? There's literally nothing there. And look who's here to save the day. The man, the myth, the legend. Stefan Salvatore.
Were you following me?
No, I saw you fall.
And you're gonna believe that.
Wow. Tactless. It's a fog. It's making me foggy. I'm Elena.
I'm Stefan.
Girl, why are you so awkward?
I know. We have history together.
Who's the creep now? He should be scared of you.
In English and French.
Okay, you two are clearly made for each other. But then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like...
Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, wow, Jill, look at that. That is not pretty.
No, it's really not. Can you put that thing away? But our man and legend, a vampire of how many years now? 100, 200? Can't control his bodily urges and he just...
Really, it's nothing.
Poof. Gone. Give a girl a heads up next time.
I lost control today. Everything I've kept buried inside came rushing to the surface.
We maybe didn't get a good look at his fangs in this episode, but Paul Wesley said for an interview that his naturally pointy canine teeth went unnoticed until he arrived on set for the pilot shoot in Vancouver. Talk about perfect for the role, huh?
I'm simply not able to resist her.
He may be over 100, but his urges are that of a 16-year-old boy.
Look, Jeremy, I really appreciate all the pharmaceuticals, but you can't keep following me around like a lost puppy.
When's the last time you had sex with a puppy?
Ah, Jeremy, your one-liners will forever be loved. If you don't remember, Vicky, the waitress, is Matt's sister, and she's dating Tyler, the character we all hated and then grew to love, eventually. But there's a little drama here. Vicky told Jeremy to keep it down and that their affair didn't mean anything. And she doesn't want to ruin things between her and Tyler.
The guy's a total douche. He only wants you for your ass.
Yeah? What do you want me for?
Hey, she got him there. Now, let's watch them introduce another fan favorite for the first time ever.
He hasn't lived here since he was a kid. Military family, so they moved around a lot. He's a Gemini, and his favorite color is blue.
Caroline, the local gossip girl. She and Dan Humphrey would have made the dynamic duo of the 2010s for sure.
You got all of that in one day.
Oh, please, I got all that between third and fourth period. We're planning a June wedding.
And a June wedding they had. But let's not spoil anything.
I wanted to apologize for my disappearing act earlier. I know it was strange.
I get it. Blood makes you squeamish.
I'm sorry. Your first question wasn't, how the hell does this man know where I live? I get that it's a small town, but gee, it's not that small.
I thought you might want this back.
He definitely didn't read it.
Wouldn't want anyone to read mine.
You keep a journal.
If this was something people found out today, the reaction would have been a whole lot different. Plus, this was kind of mandatory on set because Nina Dobrev said the showrunners gave the entire cast journals to track their experience during the Vancouver shoot.
You don't have to stand out there.
I'm fine.
Sorry, Elena, but I think he's gonna be standing there a while. Also, if you didn't notice it before, Elena's front door has glass panels in it. In every other episode, there are no glass panels in her front door. This is due to the fact that the rest of the show was filmed in Georgia.
So not getting in the middle. You pick up the phone and call her.
I feel weird calling her. She broke up with me.
Give it more time, Matt.
Bonnie clearly doesn't want to get involved, and Matt, I mean, come on. It's time to get over it.
More time, huh?
Oops. Well, you can't blame her. You can't say no to Stefan Salvatore.
Hey, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Stefan.
Hey,
Hey.
Uncomfortable.
parents?
My parents passed away.
Oh, don't make this a thing. His parents died 2 centuries ago.
I'm sorry. Any siblings?
None that I talked to. I live with my uncle.
Don't speak too soon. Now it's Caroline's turn to change the subject.
If you're new, then you don't know about the party tomorrow.
From dead parents to a party. Really, Caroline? Someone needs to put a filter on this girl's mouth.
Are you going?
Of course she is.
She wasn't gonna go, was she? But let's step away from the high school drama and into some more serious and interesting drama.
You promised.
This was an animal attack.
Yeah, like he was gonna believe that.
Mystic Falls is a different place now. It's been quiet for years, but there are people who still remember. And you being here, it's just gonna stir things up.
So, many things to unpack here. It looks like Zach wants to know why Stefan came back after all these years. Ah, there it is. So we get to the one and only Catherine. But let's not reveal anything now. Gotta keep the mystery alive. Now, another one of my favorite scenes from the pilot is when they're all sitting at school. History class. Again, guess they don't learn much about the other subjects.
How many casualties resulted in this battle?
A lot? I'm not sure, but like a whole lot.
Cute becomes dumb in an instant, Miss Bennett.
Dang, that's kind of rude for a teacher, don't you think? And rude became completely uncalled for in an instant, as he'd like to say. Now, it's Elena's turn.
I was willing to be lenient last year for obvious reasons, Elena. But the personal excuses ended with summer break.
There were 346 casualties, unless you're counting the local civilians.
I guess the Salvatore name comes in quite literally here. Of course, this was correct because our boy Stefan was alive, and if I remember correctly, participated in that battle.
There were no civilian casualties in this battle.
Actually, there were 27. The Founders' Archives are stored in Civil Hall if you'd like to brush up on your facts.
Ooh, burn. And they did. If you know, you know. And if you don't, keep watching the series and you will. But if you didn't notice, and you probably didn't, the man sitting behind Elena, and yes, I say the man and not guy, is older than Mr. Tanner himself. Talk about casting 30 to 40-year-olds for the roles of teenagers. But let's step away from the broody 1800s and get into this party that everybody's been talking about.
Oh, okay, so he's a little pretty.
He has that romance novel stare.
Ah, so Stefan's here now, and he's turned on his superhuman hearing. Why does he look so creepy? Again, now it's Caroline's turn to steal Stefan, and apparently Bonnie should know where he is, as she's the psychic one.
Right, I forgot.
Wait, you need a crystal ball. Ta-da!
Okay, that was weird. Oh, but remember the first time you watched this episode and how mysterious everything was? Ugh. I wish I could watch this for the first time again.
When I touched you, I saw a crow.
Wait, come again? A crow? Like the one Elena saw and we saw when you almost crashed your car? Why is no one connecting the dots? Or the crows?
A crow. There was fog. Man, I'm drunk. It's the drinking. There's nothing psychic about it.
Imagine what would have happened if they just talked more here. I mean, we probably wouldn't have gotten so many episodes, but still.
Hi.
A creep like usual.
Oh, you have the mysterious thing going too. Twinge and sadness.
What makes you think that I'm sad?
Yeah, that observation kind of was maybe too much for the 2 days that they've known each other for.
Well, we did meet in a graveyard.
Okay, he's got a point there.
My parents' car drove off of a bridge into the lake. I was in the back seat and I survived, but they didn't.
You won't be sad forever, Elena.
Now, Elena's telling him her tragic story. Also, too much speculation for someone you just met. But it really wouldn't be a 2010s TV drama if it didn't have at least one unwanted interaction at a party. Right? Do you remember Gossip Girl and Chuck?
It's not gonna happen. Now that you're not like this. No. I said no.
I said no! Ow! That hurt.
Hey, leave her alone!
Jeremy, the young hero he is not buying that Tyler is doing it because he's drunk.
I'm drunk. Am I throwing myself at you?
No, you're worse. You want to talk to me, get to know me, see into my soul, and screw and screw and screw until you're done with me.
So let's move on.
And Matt can't seem to take his eyes off of us.
Matt's that friend since childhood that you start dating because you owe it to yourselves to see if you can be more.
Okay, don't ever say that to Matt.
No, it wasn't passionate. Hey, are you okay?
Oh,
Yeah, it's the talk about passion that got him excited. Stefan's leaving on the count of getting more drinks, which wasn't really the best time to leave since this is what's happening in the woods.
I still believe in us. And I'm not giving up on that.
Wow, he's really giving it his all here. And Stefan's eavesdropping. Now Caroline is inviting Stefan to see the falls.
And I can show you.
think you've had too much to drink.
Well, of course I have.
You and me, it's not gonna happen.
Has he not heard of letting someone down easily?
I don't want to hear it.
Vicky?
And there's Vicky. Stefan looks scared. Better go figure out who this was. Mysterious bear attacks, 100-year-old teenagers being mysterious. What more can happen?
Damon.
Hello, brother.
The famous hello, brother. Girlies, you can start screaming. And now it's the back and forth, why are you here? I missed my little brother. We hate each other moment. And Stefan is pointing out that Damon left Vicky alive, which, let's say, was clumsy.
That could be a problem. For you.
Always there with his sarcasm.
There's no way I'm psychic. But whatever I saw, I have this feeling
Bonnie, what?
that it's just the beginning.
The tensions are rising, and Damon is just beginning to rile Stefan up.
Took my breath away, Elena. She's a dead ringer for Catherine.
Is it working, Stefan?
Being around her, being in her world, does it make you feel alive?
He always knew how to push his buttons from day one.
When's the last time you had something stronger than a squirrel?
I know what you're doing, Damon. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, come on. Don't you crave a little?
I guess Stefan wouldn't have been so agitated about this if he knew that Damon had already met Elena way before him. But I'm just foreshadowing here. He looks too weak to do anything more than that.
I was impressed. Give it 6. You missed on style, but was pleasantly surprised.
He's really giving it his all to get under Stefan's skin.
Where's your ring? The sun's coming up in a couple hours and poof, ashes to ashes. Relax. It's right here.
Yeah, the big ugly ring. What an important role it plays. The funny thing about this whole interaction is when you know that Damon was supposed to have powers throughout the show, but the writers changed that because he'd be too powerful. Plus, between you and me, they probably didn't have the money.
Why didn't he go for me? How come the guys that I want never want me?
Such a pick-me moment, Caroline. I cannot wait for her to turn into a vampire and gain some confidence.
And she's always the one that everyone picks. I'm never the one.
It's not a competition, Caroline.
Yeah, it is.
But in the end, she won the competition, so I'll let this one slide. And let's see how our victim is doing. Yeah, we should have known from this scene alone that Matt would become a cop. He's obviously really good at putting 2 and 2 together.
I had a plan. I wanted to change who I was. Create a life as someone new. Someone without the past.
Without the pain. Someone alive.
Oh, that is so painfully sweet for 2010 me, but so cringe now. And since the writers seem to love cyclical composition so much, they're both writing in their diaries. If you weren't in on the Frey craze back in 2010, then you probably don't know that the song that's playing through the episode is Never Say Never. Why is that important? Well, our girl Candace, aka Caroline, was married to Joe King from the Fray.
All you can do is be ready for the good. So when it comes, you invite it in. Because you need it. I need it.
Stefan just can't keep away, can he?
Do you ever mean it?
Ask me tomorrow. Would you like to come in?
Yes.
And she invited Evil in, quite literally. But in case you forgot, I have to leave you with a cliffhanger. How else are you going to watch the next video? See you next time as we unpack everything that happens in the Night of the Comet.